it's an important function, and it needs to be. This conversation needs to be shared with
Absolutely.
different folks, and we should get this on
Yep.
to Congress, payroll Congress, and
Yep.
you know,
Yep.
not the. I mean, we can get it to the other Congress too. I don't know if they'll listen. I don't know
And
if we're
no,
ready for
and
that.
it made me think of something that Walter and I live by with payroll, and we learned it from a boss that we both mutually had. Is 8 hours or $100 could change an employee's life, and if they needed that much, and if it was that much of a payroll error, we would work as hard as we could to try to fix it in real time, get that money to them. And it was harder back in the day because you did have to do the tricks and the right timing of things to get it done. Now we have better tools, and thank God for that, because you're right. And that's a whole. I didn't even think about that. 60%. It is a great way to frame it. To how important, how much impact we have on the company. And I agree with you. Yeah, CPO, Chief Payroll Officer, right?
Yes, CPO. We need that. We need that
CPO.
role.
Yes.
I'm
Yep.
ready. I'm ready. Whenever
Yeah, no,
somebody comes deep,
no
I'm ready.
doubt.
Yes, sir.
I mean, look, we got to VP. We're at VP
Yep.
level, and at the right company, we're presidents of payroll. If it's a payroll organization, so I think we're almost there. We're almost. And
We
think
are
about it.
almost
When AI takes over, all you need is the CPO and AI.
Yes.
correct. That's true. That's
Everybody will be a
true.
CPO.
Yeah, but the technology is really the key here on making things, just getting things to a better place,
Yep.
auditing better things.
Yep.
I remember the first time I had a system that was able to calculate retro for me. And I was like, wow, I don't have to do this myself. And sometimes I'll talk to people that are much younger than I in the beginning stages of their career, and they're doing payroll, and I'm like, oh, let's try to calculate taxes manually. Let's bring up the tax table and see. And they're just like, why?
What?
And the system does that for us. I was like, well,
No,
you
but you
can't just
gotta.
rely on your system. If the
That's
system,
right.
was shut down or something like that.
That's right.
And you
Yep.
should also, and this is another one, you should also audit your system. When the tax tables change,
Absolutely.
go in there
Absolutely.
and view,
Trust but
make
verify.
sure trust but verify. If David, Andrew, if you're listening to this, and Sean, this is there are three people from my team. I used to always say trust but verify. Um,
Nice.
that's just an amazing 3 words right there, because
Yep.
it basically it tells you what you need to do. Just
Mhm.
always check. Always check.
Yep.
I
You
used to
gotta
talk
keep it
about the three
honest.
P's. The
Three
three P's of
P's.
payroll.
What are they?
Pay accurately, pay attention, probably the
What
biggest,
like that?
and pay timely, right? So paying correctly obviously is making sure everything is
I
correct.
love it.
Pay on time, make sure that you're always on time with your payments, whatever payments those are. Those could be taxes. We're not just paying people in payroll. We're responsible for all of the taxes, the payroll taxes that come
Right.
through. And people always forget about that. I tried to explain that to my mom. And then pay attention. Pay attention could be anything from auditing payroll to just looking at trends. There's a lot of analytics that you can
It's
do.
detail. Yes. Is
Yeah.
you have this. The devil is in the details,
Yeah,
and
data
you
is
gotta pay attention. Yep.
data is key. So I always say it's the 3 P's, but trust but verify is definitely something I
I
use.
like that. I like the 3 P's, man. That's
I'm gonna
awesome. You
send this
got
to David,
packed full of
Sean, and
nuggets
Andrew.
today.
He's like, hey team, make sure you're
Hey,
listening.
team. 3 P's.
Yeah.
So look, you can send them the link to the show.
I will. I'm gonna
Yeah.
share it. I'm gonna share it when I get it. But yeah, it's another thing I'll say about payroll is the importance of managers in payroll. And I've gone through my career, and I've had different kinds of managers. I've only had one manager that was actually in payroll. One. I've reported to controllers. I've reported to CFOs. I've reported
I get
to
it.
senior
Yep.
directors of finance. I've
Yes, I
reported
know
to
the feeling.
accountants. I've reported to
Yes.
senior directors of HR. I've reported
Yep.
to
Yep.
different functions, but only one time in my career that I report to an actual person who had been through payroll. And I can honestly say he taught me the biggest lesson in payroll, which is the difference between processing payroll where you are and processing payroll anywhere you go. She got me into the APA books, the payroll source, the payroll Bible, as she lovingly called it. And I do have I am a member of payroll org. I think they changed their name, right?
Yeah, the payroll org now. Yeah,
and I know I just missed Congress, and I want to get there next year.
Next year, we're going next year, bro. Let's go. Come with us.
There.
Yep.
I have to go. I have to go. Yep. But yeah, when she met me, I was working at Managed by Q. I had created this process that I talked about earlier, and she said, this is all great and dandy, Adrian, but what you're doing is paying people, and you're giving finance exactly what they want as far as their reporting, but it's not payroll. You need to be able to translate this wherever you go. Yeah. And so she taught me the importance of even saying no to certain things, to researching things, to looking at the payroll books, and really arming myself with knowledge. And I was a game changer. Her name is Hope. Thank you, Hope.
Thank you, Hope. Yeah, for real. Thank you, Hope.
Hope is my mentor. But yeah, she taught me the difference of what it means to process payroll where you are, and just being stuck in a process, to actually processing payroll the correct way and being able to process it no matter where you go, because you know the rules behind it.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
The most random thing. She is fantastic, and she's still out there payroll grinding.
See, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Adrian, but I can see how those lessons that Hope has imparted into you has helped you define your own saying, which is payroll is life.
Absolutely. Because
as you said, she said you can process payroll where you're at, or you can learn to process it wherever you go. So that means, what does that mean? That means your payroll is life.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Right. Yep, for sure. Yeah, I think that's such an important thing for people to have, is a proper payroll leader. Otherwise, you'll be stuck trying to make sure people get paid without really paying attention to how they should be getting paid. And I've seen that at different places I've been.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, exactly. For real. So, oh man, that's awesome, bro. I love it, man. I love it. So it's the perfect segue, right? So what would you tell the future payrollers coming through, right? The young folks because payroll is a career as well. And we're here to tell folks that payroll is absolutely a career. And what would you tell someone that's fresh, looking for that new career? Why would I get into payroll?
Yeah, no, I think there's many reasons to get into payroll. If you have a love for numbers, there's definitely a lot of numbers involved in there. If you just want to be part of something special, not to say that other departments are not, but it's, again, just that having anybody you see at your job, if you're the sole payroll person there, every 2 weeks or semi-monthly or weekly, whatever it is, you are impacting that person, whether they know it or not. And probably the only time you'll hear from them is when something's wrong. Yeah. And that's an own topic on its own, but
yes.
But still, like, no matter who it is in that company, even the CEO, like, you are impacting that person's life every time you pay them. Yep. So I'd say it's just, if you want to be part of a function that's going to touch everybody, that's going to be responsible. No, if the doors were closing, one of the last people to go out is going to be payroll.
Yep.
They got to get those people paid.
Yep.
So I don't know. That's not necessarily job security in that sense, but it's
not at all. But it just looks. It's just another example of how important it is, and where we end up in that role as well. We had somebody now that did the same thing. Yeah.
Look, the three of us, we're payroll professionals who have come up through the ranks over our careers, over the decades. and we're able to say we've made the American dream a reality in our
From
lives
payroll.
because of payroll.
Amen. Amen. Oh my gosh. I never really thought about it that way.
That's another thing, Adrian. Like
Yeah.
you, because of somebody giving you a chance years ago, decades ago, now your life, because you made payroll your life and payroll your career, now your life has been so blessed and so impacted just because of payroll.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't even say it better than that. It's true. Somebody gave me a chance. So again, I go back to that thing. Look, maybe I should hire myself from back then. You know, I've actually been thinking about that. I would love to. And what's funny, I had that conversation with the CEO. And part of that conversation was also, I believe there was a budget for something, you know, that they wanted to do, and what was discussed was creating some kind of program where you can show people how to do payroll and kind of change their life, because it's not like the people in payroll are getting paid minimum wage all the time. I'm sure there are some places where they are, but you can make a very good living off of payroll.
Yeah,
you can.
absolutely.
And you know, all it takes is for you to be taught the proper ways, for you to teach yourself to read. Again, the payroll org. I forget the new name.
Payroll org. Yeah, that's it. Payroll org.
Okay. Payroll. The American Payroll Association. I'm gonna keep going back to that one, but
APA.
The APA. Yes, the APA. I always felt part of something. I'm a part of the APA. Like I could flash a shield that's just a money sign or something.
Yep.
But,
yep.
It's really reading like that. I would say to the younger people and going into payroll, get to know folks in payroll. There's different payroll groups out there. I belong to a couple of them on Facebook, actually.
Yep.
And I ask questions there. People ask questions there. I try to be responsive there. There's a lot of forums. There's different chapters of the American payroll org that you could be a part of. Get involved as much as possible, because you're only going to learn. Being in any conversation like that, you pick something up. You always pick something up. It'll be something that you can utilize later on as you progress in your career. And then you'll have a whole bunch of resources and people to talk to that have probably been through the same thing you've gone through, or maybe
similar. Something similar. Yep.
Similar.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's just expand your network, talk to people, reach out to me, find me on LinkedIn. Let's talk payroll. I love talking
That's
payroll.
right.
I'm
That's
sure these
awesome.
guys
I can tell.
love to talk payroll too.
I can tell.
I've actually just recently did that. I just reached out to a number of different people as I'm in this new role of global head of payroll, and I want to make sure that, you know I don't know it all. Nobody does.
Right.
So I want to make sure that I grab as many people's attention as possible and ask the right questions.
Yeah.
Had I never met Hope, I wouldn't know certain things. So that means there's other Hopes out there that I can learn something from. So I've reached out to different folks from different companies and said, hey, love to just chat about global payroll and this, that, or the fourth, whatever it is. So that's my recommendation. Go out there, be as social as you can in these payroll groups, find out information, have a thirst for knowledge, and just remember that no matter what, payroll is life. Yeah.
Perfect ending, man. Perfect ending. Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. Well, is anything you want to wrap it up on?
No. Adrian, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your knowledge. Hopefully this is not the last time.
Yeah,
we'd love to have you back on again. No problem,
man.
Great.
It was great.
Absolutely.
Great.
I hope it sounds as good as it felt.
Absolutely. It will.
You were great, man. You were great.
Yeah. Yeah,
you were really good, man. I'm just like, payroll.
Nah.
No. You were great, man. You were great,
bro.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you both.
Nah, man, we appreciate you for taking the time,